Hello. Okay. So, let's get some messages today. When you're watching this, these messages will serve you well. I honor the beauty and majesty of the oceans. I honor the beauty and majesty of the oceans. I honor the beauty and majesty of the oceans. So, let's get a couple of more supporting messages to see the ocean's deep, depthful. Your energy is showing up as a very depthful beauty, not something that can easily be tampered with. Humanity, explore with integrity. So you invoke in people a sense of self-awareness where they're mindful that when they are in your vicinity, they want to be their highest selves, okay? So I'm sensing there's curiosity about you, but it's from a respectful standpoint. It's as if you are teaching others that nobility begins within. So, where others may put you on a pedestal and see, I need to be mindful of how I treat you, they're going to be mindful of how they treat themselves. Wow. Treat your brother and sisters with kindness. So, communication is taking an alternative route. It is going from being fear-based and fear-conscious to compassionate. And with the lovers in reverse, I would like to get some more supporting cards. Ten of Wands. Okay. So, I would love... I would love for us to live in a utopian where it is all rainbows and sunshines and unicorns. But let's be quite honest. There are those who are disconnected from themselves and they are in denial of their shadow aspects, which makes them quite disharmonious in nature. With this Ten of Wands, you have the ability to gracefully communicate with these individuals who make it their mission to have some sort of connection with you. Now, individuals who are in denial of their shadow aspects, who will hide and jerkle individuals, they're starting to realize that they're being seen for who they truly are. Chaotic, troublesome, and highly insecure. There is this fear that is leaving the general public of these highly chaotic individuals. It's as if they're taking pity on these individuals because they're clearly seeing you're suffering deep within and you're wishing that someone will come to your aid. but I understand that if I aid and abet you, I'm enabling you to continue toxic behavior. And I am consciously cutting out toxicity of my life in all areas. And an area where I can be toxic is by enabling toxic behavior. So you're going to be, coming from a standpoint of, I am not going to enable toxic behavior in others. When I sense toxic behavior within another, I'm simply going to sit back and allow them to be where they're at and allow them to clearly work through their own cycles. Because a way that we can enable people is, as nurturers and givers, we'll see that they're in need of guidance and in some way. And because we are naturally creative, solution oriented individuals, we'll see, I have an idea. However, in that moment, that idea was for us to learn a new perspective. It's not for us to go out of our way to help someone who is not in a position where they want to help themselves. So, I'm experiencing moments that are relaxing and refreshing to my heart and soul. And because you're going to be taking this new introspective way of delegating, things, you're going to be experiencing more moments of pleasure and joy, and you are not going to feel guilty or shameful about it. When those individuals who are stuck in a place of oppression that they've put themselves into after realizing, that they are suffering from past things, but they're choosing to continue the past things, you're going to realize, I am simply a reflection of that person, and that person is a reflection of myself. So as you are experiencing heightened sense of awareness, you're also going to be noticing how your body has been trained to react and respond to certain toxic stimuli, and you're going to allow your body to go through the motions without quickly jumping up to help someone in a way that is going to be detrimental to both you and that person. We have the following affirmation. Thank you, Ocean, for teaching me the sacred art of unity and oneness. And you're going to realize that when others project their shame and guilt onto you, that when you decide to allow them to be their own person, to progress the way they're choosing to progress, this is actually a protection for you, because you walking into a situation opens up doors for toxicity to flow into your life. And I feel that you are actively removing toxicity out of your life for good. So because of this, you just sitting there and allowing them to be victims, they're going to see they're attracting victim things, and you're going to see how you stepping in attracts victim things to you. You are no one's savior, you are no one's end all be all, and you are no one's beginning. Okay? You are simply a part of someone's story as they are simply a part of your story, okay? Humanity is healing, and you understanding this principle will allow you to see that even if you may never see that person again, or even if you do see that individual again, this is going to be very healing, not only for you, but for that person. And they're not going to be aware that they are actually healing at a deep soul, a cellular level. Okay, let's wind this message up, because I do not feel that there's a need for us to continue. They exploit sensitivities because they're very sensitive and are afraid of being hurt. So you're going to be understanding that the way abuse happens, abusers cannot easily attract abusees if it is not part of their family dynamic. So abusers like to act take on the persona of abusees to attract abusees. And then a shift of power happens where the abuser starts to dominate the person, the abusee. And the abusee becomes confused as to why is this happening? Maybe I need to be more understanding of this abuser. No. You're going to understand that those who abuse are being abused. And if you can understand that those who abuse are being abused, you do not have to walk a mile in their shoes to understand the type of abuse taking place in their life. In fact, for abusers, the worst abuse is the abuse that they cannot explain. That is why abusers create an environment of abuse where their abusees cannot verbally explain it. However, what is also happening is that abusees are starting to be able to verbally explain the abuse that is going on a global scale. So you're going to be noticing that abusers are trying to act like the abusees, and in fact, they are attracting abusers. So let's get what advice does Spirit have for you when you pick up on this type of scenario? Forgive yourself humanity. Just simply be an example. This does not mean that everyone's going to be like, okay, I see the positive high vibrational example you're setting, so I'm going to follow it as well. This simply means that some people will see you and say, that person thinks they're better than me. And this is simply one of the lower aspects of humanity. When they see a way out of a situation and they feel that they are not able to get out of it, they have created a mental prison where they feel as if they're trapped. And because they feel trapped, they feel they want to attack those who are not trapped. And this type of attacking shows up as gossip, shows up as, frenemy dynamics. And when you can understand this, you can understand that as you're communicating with these people, if it is, something that has to take place, you're understanding, I'm not taking on your energy. I'm simply reflecting to you who you are, and you do not like yourself enough. But I love myself enough to stand in my power, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. So I hope that helped you, beautiful, lovely souls. Have a beautiful, blessed, empowered day.